Hi, everyone. I don't know. If you can hear me, please just leave up something on the chat. I'm going to be sharing the link for backstage um, once we start taking questions. So I don't know. If you can hear me, please help me by leaving a comment. I hope I'm not doing the wrong thing. This God. Okay, I think I knew that I probably wasn't being heard. Let me try my other device. Okay, so good evening, everyone. I can see more people coming in. Please, as soon as you come in, please leave a comment. Let me be sure that you can hear me here. Okay, so I'm going to be sending the key to backstage. That's I think I have two persons that are still left that we've not had our conversations yet. So I'm going to put it here. Tina, can you hear me? Okay, so there are four persons on this live, but I can't hear them. They can't hear me. Let me be sure what I'm doing. Okay, yes. Good evening, ma'am. Miss Yami, if you can hear me, please just tell me you can hear me so that I can go right in. I don't want us to take too much time today. We have just 1 hour, and plus I lost an hour trying to prepare myself. I still ended up not posting. Okay. Okay. Okay, awesome. So good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I think this is 8:03, so we're deep into the conversations already. So thank you so much for coming on board. We're going to be going straight in. Awesome. So please, as soon as you're coming in, just do well to leave a comment here and there. Let me just be sure the persons who are on the live so that we can go straight into our conversations today. Like what I said yesterday, we're going to be discussing essentially. Oh, hi Esther, good to see you. I hope we've all done our I brought the key to the back stream if there's anybody who would want to enter, especially people whom I weren't I wasn't able to interview yesterday. Please, you go ahead and come right in so that we can start our conversation for the night. Okay, wait, give me a moment. Okay, let me check back on the group because I don't know why most people are not here yet. Awesome. Good evening, Ayola. I can see you here as well. Okay. Okay. That's out. Okay. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I don't know why we're still four at odds. You see what I'm seeing from here? Because if we're super busy, like I said, I have a lot to do already. Um, Me being able to skip, because I'm trying to. I see when I'm trying to avoid that everyday repetition. I want to avoid it like a plague because I can't afford that right now. Okay, yes, good evening, everyone. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for settling in properly. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, awesome. This is good. Please, Esther, okay, I think I can see you do that already. Please help me inform everybody else. Let me focus on. And then if you've not done yours, please just come backstage so that I can just let you in. I can hear you out and then we're done. Hey, what is happening to my slide? Okay, so I think 9 out of 30 something. That's interesting. Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm going to be looking at the chat, so I just want us to talk. So far, so good. Like, how has our assignments been for those people who are supposed to give me some assignments, especially for those who are supposed to give me newsletters as well as company pages. I'm just hoping that everybody is also paying attention in that direction. Like I told you all the advantage of having to send a mail directly into people's mails. Yes, sending a mail to people's mailbox. It's super easier and better. So that's why everybody is being encouraging everyone to set up their newsletters. So essentially today we're going to be going deep into our conversations for today. Just give me a moment. Let me check this thing for the last time, and then we'll just go super fast. By 9:30, we should be done for the night. But then I'm hoping that, um, as well, we did also. The problem I have is I can't exactly follow everybody up because most of us are not submitting our assignments, and that's not okay. So from tomorrow, what we want is once I give the assignments, the same way you're going to post and tag it on numbers, you're going to have to put the assignments on numbers because, like I said, a lot of persons have ideations, but the major challenge is implementation. The major challenge is implementations, and I don't want to have people who probably go through something like this and they were not able to implement. Okay, so let me just do something quickly. Okay. Okay, so I want to hear from the comment section, right? So far, what has been um have you ever had any challenge when it comes to content creation? And then do you have a financial goal for this month? Like this 21 days, did anybody make any plans financially as regards what they plan to earn? Like within this our 21-day journey. Please, if you do, just drop something. Let's say challenges for content creation. So content creation, you're going to write CC. Then you're going to write content creation, you're going to write CC. Then that's creation. If you have challenges, you're going to write content creation challenges. So triple C. If you don't have any problem with content creation at all, just write CCG. So that's CC, content creation good. Then aside as regards your financial goals, so just write financial goals, even if it's a, I don't know, $1,000 per month, a 1 million naira per month. Just write it so that we will know what we're going to talk about today. So quickly just do that. Quickly just do that so that I don't know why my notes. Just do that quickly so that we can move on. I'll just see what everybody's writing. Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, so so just one person has challenges with content writing. Who else? Please, let's just be as fast as possible so that we know that okay, this is where we'll need to draw more on. So if we have okay, so 2 million naira monthly, awesome. Somebody said FG. Um, okay, okay, financial goal 300,000 for the 21 days. Please, can we? Yes, let's be as fast. Awesome, awesome. Just quickly, so that we can just be going straight into the conversations because we need to get this sorted out. Oh, this thing is crazy. Okay, 1,000 per month, 1,000 per month. Okay, $1,000 per month. Okay. Okay, $3,000 per month. Okay, that's good. 1.5 million naira per month. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we're going to quickly, as we are already bringing this out. So the assignment is going to be next thing we're going to do now. We're going to um, document what skill do you have that you think can produce this. So if you're saying 300,000 per month, and mind you, our bootcamp is more entrepreneurial than it is to get jobs. So our bootcamp is more entrepreneurial than it is to get jobs. Of course, you know that if you're in the community, once jobs are available, we will bring it to you. We're not, it's not robbery, right? So you've seen some of the testimonies. In fact, part of the post I shared today was on that. Okay, just because someone was super active and that was how the person got in. So we're going to do this very quickly. So awesome. So today we're going to do a lot of calculations. I just hope that you have your book because some of the things I'm going to talk about today, some of the things I'm going to talk about today, literally you will probably not have anybody help you go through it ever. Okay, it's more like you should have figured it yourself, right? But of course, because that's part of things we promised in the module, so that we know exactly what we are doing. Okay, so quickly we said 1 million naira monthly. So the next time I need everybody, please, we're going to be as fast as possible. Just put your hands on your screen to write and get your biro and your paper on the other hand. So we only just have one person who has, okay, so awesome for the 21 days. So quickly, let's go. Everybody who has gotten clarity as regards what they are offering, right? Everybody who has gotten clarity as regards what they are offering. I just hope I'm not talking very fast, but I want the class to be very active. I don't want you to sleep on me. Okay, so everybody who has gotten their, what's the word now? Okay, web design jobs are $500 each. Okay, awesome. will give me 3K. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Miss Adekumbi, like, what was your last charge for the web design you ever did? How much did you charge the last time? Okay, how much did you charge the last time? So because there's the topic we're doing today, we're going to intertwine. We're building all our brands from the scratch. Today talking about financial goals. So I'm putting them, we're literally going to go through the topic like peripa. So at the end of today, everybody would have formed an ideation around what they are going to do. So I'm going to tell you how it is essential that you have something that represents everything that you're doing, because the more branded you are, the more likely people will pay you better for what you are looking to earn. So if you're just like a roadside, if you're giving this vibe of roadside, I don't want to say roadside, if you're giving this vibe of unpreparedness or unbranded, I mean, let's say somebody came to your DM and is saying, okay, we're going to jump on a meeting. And the first thing you're going to tell him, I'm so sorry, I can't do a video call right now. My screen is broken. Okay, your skin is broken and you want to charge me 5 million naira. So you can see that all those things would already be fighting your brand. So we're going to be okay, so that's what you've charged. Awesome, awesome. So this is very, very realistic for us. Very, very realistic. Okay. So let's go now. Every other person, please put your hands on Abi, I should call the WhatsApp group. Please, everybody put your hands on the screen and just keep writing, because I want to be sure that everybody is on ground. Esther, 2 million naira monthly. Have you broken it down? I want to know what you're charging per client, or what else do you think you want to do so that you can ensure that you earn this money from these persons who are going to be working with you now. Because if this is my goal, so we're going to work from the goal. This is the end of the 21 days, and I'm having $1,000. How did I get here? How did I get here? So we're going to work ourselves up from how did we get here backwards. So we have identified yesterday, we're able to identify each person was able to identify their strong skills that they were going to offer, right? So I would want you to break it down into um, now, these are the skills I want to offer. At what rate? So Mr. Dikumbi has already said what rate she will charge each, and she has done it before. So that means ours is already for her. Maybe I'll just put her one side because she has already achieved that. Please, other persons, hurry, please, let's go. Before I start my projections, I just want us to have hands on before we start. Okay, I'm waiting on everyone. Let me see what is going on. So if you're writing down something today, we're going to be discussing. We're intertwining our personal brand and how your financial goal setting, how you can bear your brand in mind when you're setting your financial goals, as well as we're going to talk about content writing, but from the perspective of positioning, as well as LinkedIn optimizations. Because yesterday I noticed one thing, that lots of the persons who by the time we went out, we looked at your content. Part of the things we realized was that some of your profiles are not optimized. So when we're talking about pricing, we're going to start from as far back as how you look, right? So the good old your banner. Okay, so my last charge for an article was between 50 to 100, depending on the article. Awesome. So if you're saying 1 million per month, so that means you're looking at getting 10 more persons. So you should be writing. So you're looking at getting 10 people to okay, somebody said I'm a public speaker, but I've not earned cash from it. I want to work on any 100K per month. Okay, that is quite low. Public speaker, what do you mean? Are you a public speaking coach or you just speak? Please, whoever is, as you're writing, I want this class to be as interactive as possible, right? As you're writing, I don't know if some people can even come to the stage. I have already added us. Okay, maybe I just wait first so that I avoid distraction, right? Let me be able to follow up everybody at once, and so that I'll be seeing what everybody's writing to. Okay, so let's keep going. Keep going. I just speak. Okay, that means we ended up not talking yesterday. So please ensure that at the end of this event tonight, just come backstage because we need to talk so that I know what you can offer. So you and there are two other persons who were supposed to have. I speak to teen audience. Okay, also. I have not earned from content writing and storytelling. I have always been doing it for free. Okay. If you've been doing it for free, how many persons have you done it for? So just go ahead and write the number of persons that you have done it for free. Somebody said registration of business name, $50,000. Business name, okay, yes, 50. I say $50,000. My goodness, that's why I like money. Okay, okay, 50,000. Okay, awesome. So that means what is your, you know what, guys, just make it super easier for me. Anytime you want to add an idea, copy the first idea you wrote and just add, okay, so my goal, my financial goal is, the reason why we're writing it here is because this is an alibi. You always come back and see it here. You were the one who said you could do this. And it's easier for me to catch people from here, like everybody. So if you're going to update any idea based on my questions, please, I would want you to copy it. Okay, so content creation. Okay, good. Okay, awesome. Okay, so go ahead. Contract agreement, landlord agreement is 10%. Okay, that I charge for any agreement. That's awesome. Awesome. So that means, so I would want everybody put, okay, at least three brands, two brands and two people. Okay, so you've written for two brands and two people and three people. Okay, sorry if you're just joining us now because I noticed that a lot of people increased. Please, my apologies here. I got the feedback. So if you're just joining, we had asked the first question, but I think the timing for that question has elapsed. So the next thing we're doing now is, what is your financial goal for the month, right? What is your financial goal for the month? You're going to write your financial goal for the month and what you do, right? So you're going to break it down. So if you're going to charge, for people who are charging 50,000 naira per month, or let's say you're charging $5,000, so how many clients do you need to get that particular number? So please, let's be doing this quick so that um, when you're adding your thoughts, like I said again, when you're adding your thoughts, make sure that you add you when you're adding your thoughts, yes, that's the word. Just copy the first one you've already written and edit and add what you have done so far in that direction. So I'll be waiting on us for that. Okay, so I want to increase my earnings from public speaking and coaching too. Okay, that's awesome. Awesome. Please, can we be fast? Am I the only one who types very fast? Or I think it's network. There's probably a lag between all of us. So let me just be passing to where we were. Okay, we'll just start from okay. I haven't earned online before. I was hoping to acquire some skills in this bootcamp that I can monetize. Okay. Only. Well, didn't we discuss about writing already yesterday? Because I know we spoke. Okay, I said no. Nina, I want to increase my earning from public speaking. Okay, mine is $1,000 monthly, which with three intentionally. Okay, international. Is that intentional? International clients for administrative or executive tax as a virtual assistant. Okay, awesome. Okay, three. So we're looking to charge at least $350. At least, at least. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're going to be going as fast as possible right now. Please, I would want you to write it down. Write it beyond here. Write it beyond here. Right? Write it. Okay, so someone say two foreign clients. I have worked with for free, and another Nigerian was also for free. Earned content. Okay, you have not earned from content writing already. Okay, finally, network allowed me. Oh, so sorry, Tina. Please, let's go ahead and be writing because these things are super easy. When you write, you know exactly what you're doing here. So we're doing our financial goal setting. Everybody who is here, if you're just joining in, kindly just write your financial goal setting. One of the things I want you to do is being realistic when you're setting those goals. That was why when someone wrote $500 for clients, I asked, "Have you earned it before?" She said yes. So it means that it's an easy thing. At the end of 21 days, we should say that, okay, you were able to earn $2,000 because you have earned $500 before per client. And that's what we want for everyone. Okay. I want to create a digital course that would help coach new VAs on what to on what to do after their training. Okay, awesome. Awesome. That is good. Awesome. So we're already holding you accountable, Annie, that this is what you said you're going to do in 21 days. I'm currently earning as a LinkedIn account manager for a Nigerian client. Awesome. Give me an average, everyone. And please, when you're writing these things, make it super easy for me. Put the whatever you plan to do, put it side by side with your goal. So this is my goal. If you want to add any thoughts, copy the first thought you had already written, put it beside. I want it together so that I'm not scattered. I haven't earned online my skills yet. I aim to find clarity and quantifiable steps on how to monetize the skills of virtual assistants, graphic design, and personal branding. Awesome. I think yours is very simple. The goal is not actually quantifiable steps. Your goal is step out. Whether this goal is qualitative or quantifiable. Most times, everybody literally will learn from the job. Is to get at least a foreign job that can pay me $100 within these 21 days. Okay, awesome. 2 million naira monthly. My last charge for an article was 50 to 100, also depending on the niche. So I'll need about 10 clients to achieve that. So we're already, this person is already doing, but that will not be 10 clients. If you want 2 million, you will not need 10 clients. You'll be needing 20 clients. Okay, so 1 million within 21 days. I presently charge hourly per session, and I run a minimum of 9 sessions per client. Awesome. Okay, Yemi, we've not spoken, so I don't know exactly what you're offering. So that was why I said when you write your financial goal, beside your financial goal, write what the skill so that I can match it in my mind as well. Then number of clients. So let me summarize it again. First thing you're going to do, financial goal. That's number one. The skill you're offering, then the number of clients that you will require to get to that amount. So we're already doing this very fast. So I'll give us a few more minutes. Let me see. I'll give us probably 5 more minutes to get to that. I've already done all this side. Okay, so this is where we'll start from today. Which one this? Okay. Okay. Though I'm currently earning, okay. My goal is to get 3 international clients for administrative. Okay. To earn 1,000. So three, that's $350 per month each. I hope it's not my network that is making me see the message is delayed or somehow some persons have, please, I beg you guys, this class is supposed to be very super interactive. And all the people who are owing me assignments, please, I beg you, please give me my assignments. What we're going to do, like we said, for those people who are just joining now, we're going to ensure that all of you submit any assignment I give you at all. I think the only person who sent me hers was um, Miss Noli. She was the only one who sent me everything that I part of the assignment that I already sent her. I asked her to do a research, and then but I'm still yet to get her news. She's supposed to have a newsletter and a page. I'm not sure if I told her that, but okay, I'm currently okay. So we're going to be going quickly into our conversations for the night. So, okay, I have worked for 3 clients, all for free, 2 foreign clients and 1 Nigerian client. I did so to build credibility before the training. Before the training ends, I want to land a paying client. Okay, and create a digital portfolio. I'm sure that's what you wanted to write. Okay, that's awesome. Awesome. So please make sure that you arm yourself with their reviews, just like we said yesterday. Now, the thing is this, most times, most people don't know that when financial goals also help with your brand positioning. So, a lot of people might create brands, right? Might go ahead and create a brand, but you don't know that even from the name of your brand, there are some names like what you represent. Even you as a personal brand, there are some brands you can create, and you literally cannot earn anything from those people. You literally cannot earn from your positioning, from your use of language, your conversations. In fact, I had an opportunity to have joined one of my friends' live. When I went to the live and I saw the courses she was selling courses of up to 500,000 per student. And when I got to the live, when I saw the prices, my eyes literally came out. I was like, wow, this is lovely. The most important thing is charge your worth. You hear everybody say charge your worth. But when I went in for the live, literally, this is not that okay, these people have entered in the sense that they are already her students. They were not her students, but she was cracking all the brokens that they were. And it was a global stage, but she was like, I don't know how to say it now. It just simply meant that her niche, she was carving an opening for international clients, but her body language was saying stories of people who were more like local. Okay, so like I said, there's nothing wrong with having local clients. A lot of us have had to work with people, Nigerians, who are generally very considerate, who give and all that. So it has nothing to do with whether you plan to have an international, what's the word? Whether you're making it international or you're making it local. The most important thing is who are your target audience. So obviously, from everything that we are doing now, right, we can already see that a lot of us want to be high end. Obviously, okay. Somebody said, I'm yet to monetize my speaking engagement. Okay, and it's the major reason why I'm here. Oh, awesome. Okay, but then I saw where you calculated some amounts, but you didn't tell me what you were offering for that. Okay, I haven't earned with my VA skills before, but I'm hoping before the end of these 21 days, I would work with 5 clients and charge $200 per client to raise one. Okay, to reach my 1,000 goal. Okay, like I said, for all of us, it's not entirely a bad idea, but the thing is, we don't want highfalutin, right? But if you are willing to stretch, it's not even hard, right? If you're willing to stretch for it, then we will know by your body language. Now, part of the feedbacks I'm going to be giving today is today I was super busy, so maybe I didn't really have enough. Most of you didn't tag me, so I didn't really see much tag. What I did was the people who tagged me, I was able to just go to their posts and maybe write something because somehow I was notified, right? The other thing would have been me looking for you people, which I don't think makes more sense, right? But this is one of the things I've noticed, that some of us, our positioning might not earn us this kind of clients. And just by how our posts, a lot of us, some of us, by just how our posts performed, I know how many people who spend, as how much time you spend on the app. Now, I will say it again, what I said yesterday, I'm still going to say it again because engagement on LinkedIn is not necessarily by, okay, because you're new, so you cannot have a new person, like somebody with 1,000 um, connections can literally have even 500 likes and comments. So LinkedIn rewards engagement and the time you spend on the app. And then if we're looking, because like I said, we're going to do, there's a day we're going to pick, all of us, we're going to agree to pick a particular day that we're literally going to stay on LinkedIn like the whole day. Let's just do research, do other things, and just see what is really going on. Wanting you to go around. And if you can do that now, even before we announce the day that we're going to do that, please start. By the performance of your posts, I know that you posted and ghosted. In fact, you can't tell me anything. You cannot convince me otherwise. And I saw it a lot in so many people's posts. I mean, the some people were having four likes and 4 likes, no comments. Some people were having 5 likes and no comments and all that. You just know that the person is not spending time. Sometimes by the amount of time you give a thing, it will determine whether you're the word is I don't want to use the word desperate, but you know the principle, the measure of time, right, and study you give to a particular thing will determine the flow of virtue that will come to you. I didn't make up this comment. In fact, it's a scriptural comment, right? Very scriptural, very, very. In fact, it was Jesus that said it himself. So this is me saying it again. If you want to get what's the word value from anything at all, you need to spend time, whether it's in your spiritual life, your physical life, your financial life. You need to spend time. And then one of the things I love that everybody was doing here is it simply means that most of us have dealt with the mindset already. So from the monies that I'm seeing everybody right here, it means that we're all comfortable to earn high. But then the question again is how many of us are willing to do the work? Are you willing to do the work? That's one question I'm going to ask. And then if you are willing to do the work, okay, someone, let me read the last one I saw. My financial goal within this 21 days is to get a gig from at least 3 clients, either for sales, marketing, or copywriting, that will pay me at least $100 per copy or adverts. Okay, awesome. 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 Now, one of the things I would want everybody, please, this is a time you pay attention. So if you have gotten it so far to this point, right, just write still here. Still here is SH. So let's just write SH. Let me just know that there are people who are currently listening to me because I'm about to say something that all of us need to pay attention to. Okay, so Precious said, I have earned from customer service as a freelancer. So I intend to get 3 clients to meet my $500, okay, within 21 days. Awesome, awesome. Okay, awesome. So I want to know that everybody is currently on this call because to earn money, you need tea. There's some months, especially one of the things I noticed that almost everybody who is currently on this call are newbies. It means that they have not even started earning what they desire to earn. So part of the things that we would want you to do is to start paying attention tonight. Now, the thing again about personal brand, of course, all of you know that we've spoken about personal brand on our platforms so severally. And part of the things we emphasize is that your personal brand is the way people perceive you. So it means that there's a way your profile picture will be, and you're quoting a price, and somebody will say, what is the meaning of this? Now, this lady that I posted today, I think what she charged the person was $500 to $700 per month or something. I can't remember now, right? When they eventually had the discussion, I knew that he was going to pay better. So I was like, wow, that would be a lovely thing because he literally just needed somebody who would hold his hands through a process. And she seemed to have positioned herself well. I'm just saying this again to remind you guys the force that Trinity Gate is. Literally, we're a gate where monies can come in. The question is, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a dream, you will not understand why you should come out when you need to. You will not understand why you should post when you need to. Yesterday, for people who missed our classes yesterday, I was discussing, I said, if you want to run an ad on LinkedIn, the least you can pay for an ad that has the lead generation attached to it is $30 per day. Least. So it means that you can actually increase it to $1,000 per day and it will not be enough. It will not be enough. Okay, so for just brand awareness, the sense that okay, everybody knows me. Brand awareness is at least $10 per day. So I want you to calculate what this means literally. If you'd have to work with somebody, if you would have to pay somebody, if somebody has to pay you to maybe show off their brands to more clients or more people, that is when you begin to understand that every single hour you spend on the app, you are doing yourself good, right? Part of things is this: if you spend more time on the app, and all of a sudden your visibility increased. Because I will say it again, all the people who did had 5 comments, 5 likes and comments for, you did not engage on other people's posts. There's nothing you can tell me. This is not some challenge where you come, drop your link and then take off for the rest of the day, and then you come back to the evening and you're sitting one side and you're trying to move around to see who commented and liked. I just hope everybody who is currently on this live did the assignment we said I gave towards mid afternoon or so. I said all the people who commented on your post that you normally would not see, or all the people who commented on your post, because I noticed that most of us, our engagement was super poor. But then I hope we all entered their DM to say thank you for engaging and encouraging them that okay, this is how are they doing, how is the journey becoming, beginning for them. Because essentially your personal brand is nothing. Everything we're all talking about personal brand, how to build your personal brand, how you can be trusted and all that, is not anything other than kindness. The reason why you're going to buy into anyone is, of course, the money they put into their visibility as well as their kindness. So people don't understand when the concept is always said, time na money. Okay, so you hear it again and again, time na money. It's literally, and for LinkedIn, it's not Facebook where you go there and you're laughing. Of course, somebody shared a testimony with us yesterday of how she worked with foreign clients through Facebook groups. So if you go on Facebook and you're going to those groups, maybe content writing groups, you're going to virtual assistant groups and you're getting opportunities, that will make sense. But if you go there and you're watching skits and all that, you definitely know that you're losing money, right? Because you'd rather be on LinkedIn, even reading. If you read people's posts, the light that you need to come out of or to grow your mind enough for you to start charging some of these amounts that we are putting on, right, will make more sense. Okay, so I'm going to ask for some of us who said that they were going to get at least 20 clients, because now I know that I can hold what's her name, Esther, accountable, right? She said she needs 20 clients. So quickly, anybody who is your fingers on your dashboard, please just write for me. How can you get at least 20 clients per month? For those people who said 3, what did you do today? Please, as sincere as possible. If you didn't do anything, just write N. N means nothing. If you did something, just tell me what you did. What did you do today? At least to make you achieve this goal. This is day 2 already, guys. I'll always see eyes on the prize, right? So this is day 2 already. Both whether it's in your posts or in your, what's the name, or in your DMs, or in the DMs. What did you do today to acquire those new clients? I just want everybody to talk quickly, please, so that we can move on to the next thing. Like we said, we don't have much time today. So I'm going to be looking through time to see. Okay, so I'll give us 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, okay. So Tina has answered first. Please, let's just answer. There's no fear in this. You're in your house. There's no kuboko here, right? But I just want us all to be accountable. The reason why I'm making us do this is because as well, this will be permanent here, right? If you need to go back, for those of you who wrote your your goals. The only thing I'll do is probably change it back to private so that no other person will see it. But then that's the best I can do. But I would want you to write what you have done. I focused on my low hanging. Okay, in today's post. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so please, everyone, just tell me what you did today. That I want more specific now. Your call to action. Mama Adekumbi, if you said in your today's post, what was your call to action? Was there anything strongly indicating that people should reach out to you now because you're good? What were the words you used? Okay, I have done my assignment on the newsletter, but I don't know how to post it on LinkedIn. Okay, awesome. So that's a very big one. We can celebrate that. But if you want to post your newsletter on LinkedIn, use your laptop. You can actually use your phone too, but use your laptop. Once you click on the plus, you see all the arrays of weather posts, events, all those places where there are buttons for so many things. Then you see articles or newsletter, depending on watch what will come first. Once you click on it, you see create new, then you type all the things you need to type. Okay, so somebody said I offered my services to a friend that owns a fashion brand to work on her social media. Awesome. Awesome. Now the challenge is now based on this financial goal you have, offering it to your friend. Do you think that your friend is going to pay you that amount you had already documented that you would want to be earning per month? That's where we get super realistic. One of the things I realized is that we are not, most of us are not making plans for money. There's nothing anybody can tell me, but most of us, when we did our masterclass, I taught them about the conversion rates, right? Conversion rates. It literally means that on an average, as in if you reach out to 100 persons, on an average, maybe it's just 2%. Do you know what 2% of 100 is? Two people might respond. If you are so good and literally your mouth is laced with sugar, I mean, you are a salesperson to the core. Of course, for every business owner and every brand strategist or any person hoping to build a personal brand, one first thing you need to pay attention is your ability to market shamelessly. Your ability to market yourself, position yourself shamelessly. So most of us, all our WhatsApp status, they're just there, hanging, doing nothing. You have access to WhatsApp DMs out there doing nothing. Some of us are living right in the middle of industrial areas where we can literally walk into any place and call shots, talk to them about presentation, organizations. So for those people who were talking about LinkedIn optimization yesterday, literally part of the things you were supposed to do is that you're even supposed to walk into schools and pitch, walk into organizations, pitch to your pastor for workers training. Of course, maybe he might not, you might not charge him, but you can have an offer at the end of your teaching that particular day. So this kinds of thing, you can tell your pastor that, okay, that you've noticed that this is where a lot of people make money and literally their lives are changed. Me, I'm a product of what LinkedIn can do to you when you commit your time to it, despite how busy I am. I'm just imagining if I was single, what will happen? What will happen with this LinkedIn? Okay, so let me go back to the chats and see what is going on. Somebody said, awesome. So I'm already seeing movement. So, but I've told you guys, if you're going to write down anything, pay attention to conversion rates. This is not a time for you to be angry if you enter someone DM and they did not reply you. I told you, you might reach out to 100 persons and it's only two that will respond. So if you're saying, I just need 3 clients per month. So we're saying on an average, 3 clients, that means, okay, let's see if 2% of 100, if 2% of 100 is 2 clients, 3% out of what? Now I'm already getting scientific. How many people will I need to reach to get 3 persons? That's how you should start calculating your movement. So when by the time you do all these maths in your head, one of the things I always tell myself, and I always scream it every time on the live event, I said, you don't have time. You don't have time. You just don't know. You don't have time. Okay, so I'm going to look in. Somebody said, apart from posting actively, yes, Tina, I must commend you today. Your post did very well. I didn't do anything extra. Okay, no. So we're going to be correcting that today. I hope you are writing. Somebody said I offered my services to a friend. Okay, I made my post regarding it on LinkedIn while signing up. Okay, signing up to few sites that I can apply for jobs. Okay, I would want numbers, please, guys. We need metrics. Sorry, if leaders. Okay, so I'm going to stay with leaders. Sorry, millennials, we use a lot of guys. Okay, so leaders. Okay, so let's see. I sent out 2 DMs today, and I also included a CTA for people to work with on LinkedIn today. Awesome. I worked on my portfolio today, gathered previous works that I had done and posted on LinkedIn. Amazing, that's excellent. I did this to add, okay, I did this to add to a portfolio. Okay, I'm new to all of this. I'm here to learn. Okay, you're welcome to Luwani. I think I missed out on you that yesterday. You were not able to chat. You were not able to. So somebody said I went through LinkedIn job search, and I also wrote about how someone thought, oh, awesome. Yes, I love what you did. Okay, awesome. Someone said, I reintroduced myself today. Awesome. And I added my skills. Today, from the intro, I did clearly state my services. Okay, I got to lead. Okay, okay. So I think there's a typo there, but that's beautiful. So let's chat if you need a reliable team for your next website development. Okay, awesome. I love what you did, ma. Okay, I introduced myself. Also, I sent messages to 10 of my connections who have blank. Now this is it. Three of them agreed to my assistance. I have created a linked now I hope everybody is listening. Now this is business, right? This is business. So someone said I posted the introduction on my services and engaged to some posts. I was held up, but tomorrow I'll be on the app all day. Okay, I am still working on my portfolio and I applied for two jobs today. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we are all doing amazing well, and I love what is going on here. Now, we can see that if we don't have money by the end of these 21 days, it will not be anything outside implementation. So now, if you contacted 10 people, you need to spread it through the 21 days. Okay, so if my goal is to reach, if I know that conversion rates, of course you're a spiritual person, there are so many things you can latch on your natural, right? But this is me talking plainly, right? I'm not trying to maybe paint another picture that you probably are not used to. Maybe it's not your terrain, right? On a normal day, it means that on an average, if you reach out to 10 persons, how many people will you reach out per day? That's how you know that you're not free. That's how you know that you're not free. And when you enter people's DMs, one of the things I will say again, don't pitch slam, don't pitch slam. The first thing you can do is acknowledge. Like when you see people, oh lovely, I see from your, don't come and ask anybody what do you do here. Um hi Dr. Vivian, you're doing it's good, it's lovely to meet you. So what do you do on LinkedIn? Don't ask anybody that kind of questions, right? So when you go into someone's DM, part of the things you're going to say, hi, how you doing? I see that you're already doing amazing and you're stretching, but and then your follower account. So let's say I'm a social media manager, and for social media manager, one of the things we said yesterday was that you're going to just search for founders, CEOs. Just let them first be your target audience first on your brilliant vibe search, right? If once you just notice the people whose posts are doing poorly, who don't even have posts, so I've noticed that you have not posted um, for the past 3 months, would you consider having a help in that direction? Because of course you can come up with itemized reasons, itemized results that visibility can give based on the clients you've worked with before now. So that's why every single time we're talking about portfolio, is that you're armed with the numbers in your brain. Every single time you guys come for our live events, we always say that we've hosted over 20,000. It's on purpose. We've been saying that we've been meeting every weekly at that particular time. It's on purpose because we honor people's time. So it's giving up a vibe. Eventually, anybody who would want to work with the Phoenix Gate as an organization would definitely come in that mind of what it can offer. Okay, so let me see. I posted my okay. So let me go through that again. Tina, okay, I can see you said I made my reintroduction post today. I'm currently discussing my skills with a connection this evening. Oh, awesome. Okay, awesome. That is amazing. So for my introduction, I clearly stated my services and I got, oh, glory to God. Now, this is me going spiritual. This is awesome. Okay, so now we have, so we said that when we're talking about leads, I hope you know that, of course, they are the top of the funnel leads, middle of the funnel, bottom. Okay, those people who reach out to you and they're already ready, they pay you immediately. They are bottom of the funnel. They are ready to pay you. But those that are up, the good thing is, the question I'm going to ask you now, every other person who is here, what are you doing to keep clients together? How are you getting your clients together? How do you communicate with your clients? Okay, from our conversation, it's obvious that no people are not even searching for their clients so far. Like you've not sought actively. Okay, let me just give somebody a room so that I don't jump into conclusion like how women normally do, right? You're just going to tell me one thing now. Have you I have sought for my clients. So sought for my clients, you can just write SMC. I have sought for my clients today. I think it's just one person that said she spoke to 10 of her connections. So I want to not sought for my clients. So not, you can just put N. I didn't do that. I've never done that before. Never done that NN. Never done that NN. Not sought. Let's just say it's today that you didn't look for clients. You just write not sought. Okay, so quickly, please let's be okay. I understand that there might be network delays, but please let's be as conversational as possible. I want your eyes on the price because that will also help us. Once we move from our financial goals for today, you're going to recopy those goals, right? We're going to recopy it. I want us what okay. Okay, never, never. Okay, awesome. Not okay. So today, pressure saying, "Hey, Naya, just today you didn't do it." And Toluwani, me, never, never. Please, guys, let's be fast. Just be putting this so that we will know exactly where we need help. Somebody say, what is NS? NS means that today you didn't look for your clients. You didn't look for your clients. So I think there might be a little delay from my end. Let me just see. If you can hear me, just write H HM so that we can just move. Move. Please, guys, let's do this quickly. Please, let's do this quickly. Okay, awesome. So I will just give us more. Just keep typing. So one of the things I would want to say is this, right? So haven't planned, haven't decided on what we want to earn per month. Who do you want to position yourself as? Okay, so we've decided we've, we've spoken about our skills. The question now will be the next part of the topic for our today's class is what how do you want people to perceive you based on the setups you have right now? Like I said, everything you have is okay right where you are, but from your conversations, your ability to hold the conversations, your ability to take on interview, right, your ability to face people and hold strong conversations, do you think that when you have an open conversations with people, when you're able to meet them on a free one-on-one call, because like I said, for those kind of high-end persons, now once you get a warm lead, the first thing you're going to do is not to tell them okay how much. The person will be telling how much, you'll be saying how much, the person will be telling you how much. People will drag it back and forth. That is not exactly what you want to do. Part of that's why every single time that we have events, I always tell people, even when we have meetings, I'm trying to build that culture in you. Get comfortable with people seeing you. You have to get comfortable with it. So part of things is that would also help you further buttress your conversation, or get for the person to know that you're a human being. It's authentic. Of course, you guys know that there are lots of bots accounts right now on LinkedIn. Bots accounts, by that I mean fake accounts, accounts of silly people. Because one met me yesterday. No, day before yesterday. I think it was on Saturday. Entered my my DM. I was saying hi, Dr. V, and I said hi. He said, "How are you doing?" And he said something. He was in Saudi or something, and all that. I said, "Oh, that's perfect." He gave me his WhatsApp number and asked for mine that he needed to discuss some pressing issues with me. I said, "Awesome." Only for me to call this man. I mean, for this man to call me, I was asking me if I was at home alone. My ears already tingled because I'm at home alone. I don't know what's your business. If you're calling me to discuss businesses, why will you be asking me if I'm at home alone? Already, I knew it was a red flag. Then the next thing was, are you married or you're single? I said, I'm married, I have children. He now said, that anyway, marriage is these days. They actually actually break up. And this is a foreign person. I was like, okay, that's something crazier. Next thing I heard was, okay, he started talking business and all that. Well, which didn't I didn't mind, but as soon as that call ended, I just blocked blocked the man, because one of the things I had to ask, I said, the first thing I asked him was that, why is your profile not optimized? So that's why everybody needs to pay attention to optimizing their profiles, because people can class you among the bandwagons of bots and people who just open those accounts to do devious things. Okay, so if you don't post consistently as well, it can be a sign that this account doesn't mean anything to you. You probably just created it so you can scam a few persons. So what I had to do was I blocked him. Probably so, right? And guess what was on his something general manager something something, but every other thing was not optimized. And it's only a thief. I mean, thief, that's the word. It's only a thief that want to just set up. So I'm sorry. I'm just saying it all. I'm sorry if you're here and you have not optimized your profile. I'm hoping that you're going to pay attention, because if you want to take LinkedIn seriously, how you are being perceived is very important, and it's directly proportional to your charges. You can't take it out. So if you're pretty stingy on yourself, nobody will give to you. So I'll say it again. If you're not building your workstation, you're not building your, like, with any little money. Because one of the things I noticed that some of us, we want to offer, we want to we want to be known to collect this amount of money, but we're not ready to give that amount of money. So when you have a first client and he pays you $100, or he pays you, somehow your money has gotten up to 500K, and you know that you don't have a good laptop, or that your phone is crying for help, but you will not want to buy it. You rather go and buy hair, or you go and be eating shawarma every day because you've never eaten shawarma all your life. So you already think that you're not investing in your next clients, because those are the things you need to be paying attention to. I'm saying it now because when we are talking about financial goals, it's your financial goals as well. It's not outside your financial budget. So I'm going back to the topic of discussion again, right? If you want to charge clients this particular amount of money, how should they perceive you? How would you look? What is your packaging like? What is your brand perception like? All these things will even give you off when you are giving name to any endeavor that you want to start off with. So personal branding, whether you want to brand it around your name or have a name as regards to probably a company, like a brand where you just want people to know that, okay, this is what you offer. You might want to extend it to that level, right? But of course, just like Phoenix Gate, um having a company, of course, will now lead to you going to, you still have to register. Thank God we have people already in the community who can register accounts and all that. But then you still have to register. You have to do you have to do everything at the span of it. And guess what? All these are investments. Now, but I'm saying this now because you need to write. Who do you want to become in the next 5 years? Even though my first 21 days is to earn this, because it's going to be helping your position. It's going to help how you speak on your posts. I know you're a very humble person, but if you're giving off the fact that you're a newbie, everybody's perceiving newbie all around you, it's not going to help you. And guess what? Everybody's learning on the job, including the most excellent, the person who has worked with 5,000 clients is learning on the job. So I'm saying it again, for those people who have never worked with any clients at all, you have an advantage in the sense that we are a community right now. Part of the things you would need to do is actually to reach out to some of the persons in the group and say, okay, let me just do this thing for you for 3 days. So for me, every single time when I ask people to probably work with people or help them out, you can give them 3 days. You can tell, okay, let me just help you out for 1 week. If it's virtual assisting, because of how tough it is, especially for social media management, you can say, I can offer you a free. So when you're conversing with that client, you can say, I can offer you a free bonus. Normally I charge, or you can start with, if you perceive that the person really has money, you would better start with, please kindly could you just let me in on your regular budget. Other than that, I would normally offer my clients 3 free days trial to see how they work with me, to tell me, to also learn about my clients preferably and how I can work with them, right? So let me reduce this so that I'm getting into the conversations better. Somebody said, okay, they say I blocked the phone. Okay, awesome. So That's exactly what I'm saying now to everybody. So you need to, because those are the things you need to be paying attention to. When some of these clients come to your DM, when you're generating leads, when you're doing your cold, because now cold calling is not as, especially because they're international clients. What you want to do is to set up cold meetings, right? Cold meetings. So this person meets you, you've entered his DM, and you've asked him, "Sir, do you think you would need help with this?" He says, I think I might need help. Check, you should have a list, an email list. Sir, could you do you mind if I send my calendar? So if you're currently on this live and you don't have a calendly, just type calendly. Let me even write it here so that everybody can see what it spells like. For those who don't know, but I know I have lots of virtual assistants here, so it will not be hard. So you just download your Calendly and register. There is a free version of it. So it means that it's not everything. So as soon as you've contacted these persons, part of things you're going to do is to tell the person, you can tell the person, um, can I, if you don't mind, I would really want to know the depths of what kind of service you would want me to offer. If you don't mind, can I jump on a call with you? Once they've met you on a meeting, let's say 15 minutes call, 15 minutes video call, 30 minutes call. Once you've had a one-on-one connection with that person, it's almost like a one, trust will be sealed. Trust will be sealed. So I'm saying it again. The reason why you should build a personal brand is because number one, you need visibility. Nobody would what's that's the word I've always say. Nobody will buy anything from anybody they don't know. Nobody. So recently someone was talking about the just concluded Sam Adeyemi's Shift conference. If you see people, Oga ran ads from Facebook. From He was hosting meetings every Monday. Because of yesterday's meeting, I missed it. The meeting we did here. But regularly, I go for his meetings on Mondays in the night by 10 p.m. Right? He did ads, Facebook ad. He didn't even just leverage and say he's a pastor. So because he's a pastor, he's a pastor of a 30,000 capacity church. He just didn't want to assume that his members were going to do the visibility for him. I'm just trying to tell you guys what we are into, so that if you're not having clients, you have not done the work. So that's one of the things you're going to stay and tell yourself, I have not done the work. How will I start doing the work? So for us, I already had a marketing. By the time I met, when I was pushing for this camp, right? Part of my major advantage as well is the live event we have on Sundays. But I knew that I needed to do something extra, but time was against me because of how busy I was in that last month. So part of things we had to do differently now is that I already contacted the marketing team and told them, okay, concerning our next badge, I will just offload it on you guys. Let's just go. So some of you, once money is coming in, you think it's your money. Your business money is not your money, because if you really need to pivot, you have to immerse yourself in it. So some people are currently working with clients and they don't even know where, and that's the challenges with us freelancers. The challenge is that sometimes, awesome, yes, that's very true. The challenge is that sometimes some clients can just decide that, okay, maybe a project is over, and then all of a sudden a dry spell. No, you don't want to wait to that point. Every day should be a lead generation day. So in my tribe, it's called a key market day. You should literally prepare yourself to get more people coming in. Literally every single time, you should be making plans to see how you get many people coming on board to work with you. Okay, so that's essentially one of the things I would want everybody to pay attention to. So now I said it again. Once you get those leads, ensure you have a one-on-one with them. If you are not yet ready to have one-on-ones, of course there are many features to leverage on. If you don't want what's the word, if you don't want people to see, if your background and a few other things is your problem, there's something called virtual backgrounds. I actually don't like it, but let me try something so that you will see here. And usually most of okay, so you see how funny this thing is. That's why I've just told myself I will be setting up my studio by myself. But there are many things you can do to actually, so don't be uncomfortable to think that, okay, you cannot have anything, you cannot do anything, or I'm helpless. Of course, there are places where you can leverage some maybe backgrounds in your station, in your Zoom and all that when you set up your Calendly. And please make the meeting short so that the clients will not know that, probably maybe if you're not here ready to start paying for your Zoom and all that, so that the clients will not know yet. Because if the person finds out that you can't pay for a workstation and you want to charge them $500, the person will be like, okay, okay. So you can see that all these things affect your brand. Okay, let me leave this thing for a few moments. This is the one that literally almost everybody uses, and it looks very funny. I'm so sorry, it's not like it's funny, but I don't like it because partly because of this disappearance and all that. Okay, so that's essentially what part of the things that I'm trying to let you know. I mean, there are ways that you can ensure that you still appear professional with what you have available for you. Okay, so now we've done essentially financial goals. Again, so everybody in this camp have said what they want to earn. Then we have measured the number of persons that we're going to get. Then the next thing I'm going to say is, where will you get your clients? So far, like we said, compared to all social medias, literally everybody say it all the time. LinkedIn is primary, has a higher purchasing power compared to any social media at all. Any. Okay, because LinkedIn is filled with a bunch of professionals and international persons. So it means that if you're sending any course, likely most people on Facebook would want to go there for cruise. Of course, there are still some places in Twitter where a lot of persons can still maybe um, most of these professors, they can just post a job here and there. So you just need to pay attention. One of the things I would want to say is build relationships across with people who are strong, especially in your niche. Don't be the person who will see somebody who is probably on Facebook and is having 50,000 followers and you're saying, it's just Facebook followers. No, because one thing I think my husband makes reference to those words every single time for me. He says, when you get one opportunity, it's 100% for you. Nobody will care whether you only reached out to 5 persons or one. Okay, so since Facebook, Instagram for some of us might not be a strong niche, but partnering with people across platforms can literally be what will change your. Let me remove this thing, please. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment. It's too distracting. Okay, but partnering with people who have done well in some of those platforms can actually be a game changer for you. So that's why you need to you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to people who are generally doing well in social media, who are actually in your circle, even in your church, anywhere, your friends. Just pay attention. Sometimes you might want to prevail on them and say, okay, that you need this particular opportunity. Is it possible if they help you share a link or two or something? And then, of course, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, the ad is super very cheap. I told you guys now, $10 on LinkedIn. If you can convert it to your own currency, right? $10, that's like about, for us, I think 17,000 naira or so. Yes, I've not been current with the exchange rate this recently. So it just tells you that per day, so per day. So if you're going to run an ad for, let's say, 10, this is an awareness ad, not a lead generation ad. I'm just trying to tell you guys why LinkedIn purposely block the algorithm like that, because they know that they charge. I mean, when I posted the job for Felix Kids, they were asking me 30,000. They were asking me for 30,000 per day. So 30,000 in order to boost the job. They were asking me 30,000 per day. Then LinkedIn Premium, I think, is 80,000 per day. No, per month. So you can see how. So I'm just trying to tell you the value of what some of you are joking with when we say post. Some of you just post and walk away. So every hour you spend on the app, you can literally get it back if you know what you are looking for there. So I'm hoping that at the end of today, we have set our goals. We set the number of persons. I told you guys about the conversion rate. So if you're reaching out to just 3 persons and you're there at the person's DM, you're crying, you know that you're looking for trouble. But if it works for you, glory be to God. But if it doesn't work, you know that it's not done enough work. Continue, I be a little continua. Okay. So what you're going to do is this. So for all the things you guys have written so far, just so that I don't want to talk at batch talk, the next thing everybody is going to write now is sources of clients, where you're going to get clients. Oh yeah. I'm going to be mentioning some, but you need to write them down. Yesterday, we were able to talk about company pages. We talked about founders for virtual assistants. Just go and type founder. This night, say, before you sleep, just type founders. And when if you have that 5 connection requests that you send with message, those kinds of persons, when you've seen their pattern, like they are looking like they are real, you check their connections and they're looking real and they're founders, you send personalized message to them and send connection requests and just you you actually groom people to work with them. That's why you have to spread your nets very well and not in a careless way so that you don't put any pressure on any particular person. Okay, so I'm going to be putting this situation to rest. So essentially, we have discussed two things. Your personal branding would help you increase your visibility as well as increase your ROI. Okay, increase how much you can charge. So if everybody suddenly perceives that you are putting in so much work, so I'll say it again. Even the day we talked about it, I said personal branding is nothing but your efforts, the work you put into what you are doing. So if you're the person who just wakes up and you scribble anything and you just post, that's how people, the way you post is how people are going to perceive you. If there's no structure in your conversation, that's how people are going to perceive you. And that's essentially what personal branding is, how people perceive you, right? So we've talked about of course, growing, building trust, right? Building trust. If people see you more, they will trust you and would want to get you to do things, right? So, okay, so yesterday we were able to do discovery. All of us we did discovery. Identify your unique value proposition, passion, and target audience. So I'm sure a lot of us for graphic design, there are some niches that are widespread. Virtual assistants who didn't niche down. Anybody. In fact, right now, I don't know any particular virtual assistant who needs a job should just reach out to me. Somebody in the community just requested for somebody that would work with her for this month. I don't know how the arrangement will be because she was also asking me some questions, but I'm going to. So, with everything I've taught you today, you can still tell that it's your positioning, your conversation that will determine your rates, right? So, we've talked about our discovery. So, yesterday we were able to share, we did our meeting. We told you to list, even before the meeting, we told you to list. Now, I'm sure that it's already becoming something for you. Now, the next thing that most people don't talk about, because it sounds super hard when you have already a brand, but you've not decided what story should be associated. Every single time we talk about the Phoenix Gate, the reason why I started consuming voraciously anything and every, I was just reading. I said for 4 months straight, I will not sleep in the night. 4 months straight, because my kids in the morning they will not let me. That December they were on break. Before then they were on break, so they were just at home. They will not let me read. And one of the things I've realized is that okay, once they sleep at night, because children when once they sleep at night, especially my kids, they do knockouts from night till morning. So I just told myself, since I'm going to be having more of the evenings, let me just stay awake. So it affected. I had serious deprivation. So I'm so grateful to God that those days when it was super visible, we were still doing our audio events. But that was what I did. I consumed materials. I stayed on it even before the name Phoenix Kit came. I knew based on my experiences, it came from a place of brokenness. I was hurt, like I was hurt in the sense that one of the things I noticed was that a lot of people project a narrative because they want brand longevity. So you hear people all the time, every single time they're around you, they will tell you, you better isolate yourself for 2 years before you start serving people. You better. So most times when they are pushing out these narratives, the goal is not essentially for them. They are pushing it on you so that you can't step out. It's going to be very hard for you to step out because when you step out, you actually be their competition. So everybody who is here, who is going to be doing eventually what I'm going to do, see, I'm very aware. If you do your work very well, of course, definitely some of the people who are supposed to come to me will definitely go to you. But that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly why we're having this hosting our events every Sunday. That is exactly why we're having these classes. Because I want more people believing that life can be easy, right? Compared, so that is my why. That's why I come out every Sunday. If not, I can lock up some days and tell people, no, 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 no. I can decide that okay, I've collected you people's money. I can just send these notes and tell you people to read it up. Let's see. I will just be telling you, have you done your assignment? Have you? I can decide all that, and it's nothing. And I'm not saying all the other people who do it that there's anything wrong with them. It just depends on their why. Okay. So my why is that I was born to raise people up. That's I have a pattern from childhood. So it wasn't even about maybe it's medicine. I'm born to heal. I also have that healing anointing in the sense that my job is to discharge people from the hospital, even when I was working. So everything about my brand is exactly why I'm holding these classes right now. So the question is, because we have moved from this point, you can't just be saying every single time I'm a virtual assistant. I'm a virtual. What is the story? What made you think? I know that finances might be somewhere at the root of it, but for me, it was not primary. Like I told you guys, all the time. I said, my husband would, I'll ask my husband, what do you want me to do? He said, you know what? The only thing you do for me is just pray. If you are just praying, it's enough for me. Every single time, year one after marriage, year two. This is me from a hustler, somebody who used to, I mean, if you as a single person, my mom used to say, slow down now. I will just be traveling, getting goods because I used to be a physical product person. That's why I know a whole lot about marketing, right? I used to be a physical product person. So I will be traveling, travel here, travel there, just to go and get goods and all that. And all of a sudden I got married, and then this man is just telling me, you don't have to do anything. And then for me, I'm very contented. I know that if I was doing all those bags, shoes, cars, changing cars and all that, I probably would say, but me, when I was born in the north, so essentially money is not my problem. That's how most of us are wired, literally. Of course, compared to the average Nigerian. So this I'm saying it for people who are from other countries who are here. Compared to the average Nigerian, generally there's a tribe that is very pro money, and it's Igbo tribe. So of course that also rubbed up a little bit on me, and it made sense that my parents were able to hand that over. But the question is, what story can you come up with that is related with what you're offering that you can hold on to, that will make you reach out to 100 clients? Some of you don't know what it takes to set up these events every week. I literally lose weight in my spirit. That's the word. I don't know how to explain it. The preparation content is contacting speakers. So I have a community. Upon I have a community of keynote speakers. Those people who paid for the gold, not through direct payment, went through the link from the gold, went directly into that keynote speakers pool. You still you say, I want speakers for this. Nobody. So you already, that's why I was telling you guys most of today. I was just telling myself, so okay, who are the people that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So these are part of things that always come to mind. So if a why is not strong enough, you can't hold on. After a while, you just say, I don't want to use a particular word that's super conversant, but you just find out that lots of persons are giving up. So I am saying this again so that you need everybody here, you find an emotion to your market. You have to find it, guys. When I sat down and I understood this thing, I realized this world is an emotional world. It's an emotional world simply because we are humans. I had to say it. I think that was my post for Valentine's Day. Okay, I was super busy the whole day. I didn't really have time, but eventually when I got the time, I think it was around 10, I eventually got to post. I still wrote it. That post, people are still commenting on it up to today, right? Everybody likes emotional things, so you have to find a story. You have to, even if, and the good thing about LinkedIn is that there's a story from pain is always sweeter. Even a story from excessive victory is always sweeter. But you see that intermediate stories that it's neither here nor there. That's why some people will read your post and they'll just say on to the next one. So you must craft a brand story that will help aid what you are doing. So you have to say your why. You have to find a way to communicate that one. Yes, content writing, then what? What happened? What in your development? What in your childhood? What so you can just bring out all those things. What made you decide that this is what you want to do? Because these are the things that people want to know. Anybody who wants to work with you is hoping that they are going to work with you for the long haul. Okay. Anybody who wants to work with you would want to work with you for the long haul. So most times that those stories is what will always make them remember you every time you're having any particular conversation. So assignment number one for today, everybody in the community is going to be writing a brand story. And when you write the brand story, you are going to you're going to either you use it as your tomorrow's post, or you're going to put it on the group. Give what you had in mind. I have a template for tomorrow, but there's not it's not a challenge if you decide to use your what's the word your own brand story as your main post tomorrow. So that's the assignment number one. You're going to have a brand story because we are somehow you've reintroduced yourself today. Now you're going to tell your story. Just find a story that interprets why you're passionate about what you're going to offer. Find the emotion. You can prompt ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I'm a virtual assistant, and right now I need to tell people a story that would make them get comfortable with me. This is my maybe you can write primary school. Just put things into your prompts that will make it super tailored. When you get it out, you refine it. Like I said again, content brevity, proper spacing, easy on the eye, so that people will not be pushed away by your contents. Okay, so we've said it already. So we have discovered yesterday, we've developed today. Now the next phase will be launching, right? Launching. How we did a little bit of launch this afternoon when I said people should enter DM. Please pay attention to everybody who is going to be commenting on your post. Okay, so I want to be sure that everybody who is hearing me is currently on this live with me. I want you to leave on your comment brand story so that you remember that that's what you're supposed to write. Just comment brand story, brand story, brand story. I just want to say brand story. I don't want to say if I say BS, that would be like bullshit. Just say BRS, so that we make it very fast so that we can move. Okay, so BRS. So BRS. So for the level of this class that we are doing so far, we've been able to discuss launch, and then we've also been able to discuss our what do you call it? How to increase and expand, right? So we did growth. So we went from growth when we're talking about financial goals. So you can just write it somewhere. Your discovery, development, launch, and growth. Discovery, development, launch, and growth. You can just do it and keep it somewhere, right? And keep it somewhere in your mind because you're going to pay attention. Okay. So this month we're going to also discuss this a little bit later. We're going to discuss this a little bit later. Okay. So it was just one person that said that they had challenges with their content creation. So I might not need to bother everybody because I know that all of us, we already know who our target audience are. We've already discussed value. So now we've been able to break it down. This night we broke down how many people we need to bring on board, how we need to source those people. Okay. Leveraging partnership on other platforms. Okay, I'm not telling you what I'm not doing, right? I'm not telling you what I'm not doing. So like I said, some things might work differently from other people. Like for me, my younger sister, I've been pushing her. She's a fashion designer. I've been pushing her to come online. I say, okay, madam, just try TikTok. And me, I've been doing TikTok for the longest, though. And it's not like I've been engaging actively. I just go and throw my post and walk away because some of those places, if your post is good, it's good. The algorithm will just be pushing you. Okay. Guess what? My sister just posted yesterday and got a viral post. So it means that for different people, just the goal is not okay. It's working for me. It's not working for me. It's working for her. Why it's not working for me? No, the goal is to experiment, whichever eventually works for you. But pay attention. So I've told you guys today, for the sake of today, we talked about discovery yesterday, development today, launch and growth. Then we also talked about how we can increase the number of persons that we are working with, and we discussed how. Okay, I discussed conversion rates so that if you are chilling, know that you cannot be saying that that woman is very wicked though. After how many after I sat down and I was just gisting with her, she still went to another person. Just it's part of it. Cheerfully, kindness. I told you that money is kindness. So of course, um, when you are eventually giving your making your sales, please don't have an open-ended sales. Even with that one, I used to pray in my heart because most of the time it will just seem as if I'm just putting pressure on these people. But that's just the truth. If you don't put pressure, right? If you don't follow up, Even that lady would have this lady that the post that I shared today, that lady would have lost that job. Guess what? I was the one who did follow up for him, because what she did was, after she had contacted me, all these things happened within a week. Oh. After she had contacted me, um, told me she came back to me and told me, oh, she was able to apply. She did the interview with the person. This. Guess what? I was the one that just said okay. She said okay, but she said he has not even gotten back to her, but that she has not communicated with him. I said, why you haven't you communicated with him? Nothing. She didn't tell me anything. I went and spoke to him myself. I said, I don't understand. Okay, you asked me to get somebody and I was able to get somebody. Is there any reason why you have not contacted? He said he was super busy, that in fact he was even disappointed that she didn't even reach out to him. So you can see that some people can be genuinely busy. That's why a follow-up should be consistent. When you're doing anything, just do your own follow-up. Ensure that you are tying your, what do they call it? What did you call it? What did you call it? Ensure that you are tying your knots together. Okay, so let whatever offer, try your possible best. We're going to do that practical. Maybe if we're going to have a class tomorrow, depending on how we do the assignment. What I'm going to do now is I won't have another class until you do the previous assignments, because on yesterday's one, I don't know. I don't want to be piling assignments upon assignments on us. So I don't even know how many people did it, or everybody just saying yes, they did it, and they're just clicking yes. So we've talked about brand story now. So you're going to sit down, meditate, and come up with something that gives you a strong why. A why that can make it possible for even people to partner with you, as regards of if it's a foundational, giving free will to support your vision, right? That's how strong, how powerful that why can be. Okay, um so somebody said like um the act of sale, like I said, yes, that's what exactly what I was saying. Selling has to needs to be time bound. So you cannot just send somebody to Calendly and you're saying anytime you feel like contacting me, please kindly just go ahead, because in your mind you want to make sure that it's pressure free and all that. You know how the way goals are smart, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. You have to make sure. Okay, yes, the video is there. I will send it to you as well. Then, okay, I didn't know that the class today. Okay, please can someone give me? Okay, yes, I'll give it to you. Don't worry about Esther. Please, if you're on this call, just help me reach out to her as well in the group. She's Coach Jane Austin. Okay, so all the things you need to do. Of course, if you do this visibility, I mean, every single time. I know you might think it's exhausting, but for these high end clients that all of us are looking to get, building trust is it should be very important. Your portfolio, that's why now if you are here, I know I gave that assignment yesterday, and you don't have a metrics of your portfolio, you are looking for a bit of a trouble, just a bit of a trouble. This is me trying to speak Nigerian English in a foreign way. Like you're in a bit of a trouble if by now you have not been able to align the metrics around your portfolio. You guys hear me say 20,000 every time, 30,000 professionals. You hear me say 1,000 persons. You hear me say 1,000, 100 professionals on a. I've engaged the 100 professionals on a one-on-one. All these things are my metrics and I keep them dear to heart, because that is where my value is. By the time I align all these things, you probably, even if I tell you all this, you might not afford it, but people who can afford it know how to place those values. So when you meet clients like that, you not quickly just tell them. If they ask you how much you charge, you just say, sir, please, I would want $1,000. If once you say there, you say that you've shot yourself on the foot, because there's a possibility that that person, generally, maybe the person's last VA was collecting probably like $10,000, and all of a sudden the person went AWOL, or something happened to the person's phone, and the person urgently needs somebody as a replacement quickly. The first question will be, what is your budget, sir? Okay, awesome. I can. Okay, so for yesterday, what we did was we said concerning portfolio. Even once you click Canva and so many weeks.com, weeks. Okay, let me write it here so that just in case it's something that is new. Okay, still loading. Then weeks.com. Please, other people can name other ones. Some sites specifically already have a template. So they will just once you click Canva and you click on the search bar, you don't even have to go around that you're looking for any. Just on the search bar, you just click on portfolio. You see portfolio samples. All you have to do is to remove the pictures, remove, edit here and there, edit this, edit that, add and remove. That's essentially what you can do. That's what you can be doing, and you just find out that you already have it. But then, of course, it will always start. The portfolio will start with your introduction, then straight to your metrics, the kind of persons, what you do, how many persons you've been able to work with, the kind of persons you've worked with, then a sample of all your work. You should be able to align them properly. Then most times the language of your portfolio essentially is to be based on the things you have done so far. So by the time you interject all those things, your contacts, if you have a website, a WhatsApp number, all these things where people can contact you as much as possible, make it a clickable one for those people who can afford that. Okay, so that when somebody's looking to you through your portfolio, they can just click to you straight into this, that, and all that. But that's essentially what it is. Once you just type on Canva, it will give you an already made one. Just edit into. In fact, you can even ChatGPT can help you come up with something when you inject something. The only thing is they will not they cannot say the calibers of persons you were able to work with. Some of those things you still have to write the people you were able to work with, the number, the goals, your achievements. So let's say somebody met, like for me, part of the portfolio from our last bootcamp was that somebody made 2,000 times what the person paid. So that's like 40 million naira. So I have it in my portfolio now. Nobody can take it away from me. So when I'm also writing, I'm going to write work to be brand, what work helps in helped startups. So this is me now, founders, entrepreneurs, new, or let's say newbies find their voice, gain visibility, monetize their skills. So that's how you literally be building them. But then you need to be paying attention. So when we talked about it, we talked about us counting our blessings, because literally you can't, if you don't pay attention to all the people you've been serving, you've been working with, your portfolio will not be rich. And guess what? It's possible that they are doing well. They did just fine. So that's why follow up for your clients, asking for reviews. Also, because part of things you would want to do is a physical representation of the reviews. People should be able to see those reviews. So you take a snapshot of them. You can also work with a graphic designer to help you design them in such a beautiful way that when anybody sees it, they know it's authentic. The people should be real. Okay, awesome. So there's somebody who does portfolio here. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. I didn't know. Okay, so we've essentially discussed, right? Part of the things I would want to say in conclusion tonight is this. Just remember that a successful personal brand is a journey. And that's why we don't want to wait until we have crossed our T's and dot our I's before we start anything at all. Your dedication, consistency, and the fact that you need to improve yourself, right, would also help to stand you out, right? Stand you out. So for content creation, it's very simple. Like we said, as much as possible. For LinkedIn, you need content brevity. In fact, even though compared to other social media platforms, more LinkedIn posts get read compared to all other social media platforms. And I think maybe Twitter. Twitter is shorter, so people definitely will read, right? In fact, if you don't read, people will catch you because your threads, your conversation will be super obvious, right? That you didn't probably read. And they catch a lot of people like that. Okay. But for LinkedIn, content brevity, put your heart in it, prepare your content. We have a content calendar that is has been designated for the Phoenix Kids Group. I will drop it so that generally all of us can just take a look at it and see where we can probably work so far. Okay, what are the few things that we can do, how we can start improving ourselves. But one thing that stands out, let me even just read a few. I did a few research, but I wasn't able to upload it. Okay, yes, so I was talking about some of, okay, how to, so when it comes to content creation, yes. So one of the things you need to pay attention to is there are certain frameworks that are very well known. I think when I was studying content writing, essentially, so I know Esther is here, so you have to support me on this, right? When I was studying writing, there's somebody who has stood apart, who wrote a particular book that supports essentially content writing. So he said something about he's called Matthew Dix. So he talked about frameworks of generally what people like on LinkedIn. You must One of the first assignments I'm going to give everybody is every time you see a content that performs so well, take a screen grab of it. Every time you see a content, but I will still warn again. LinkedIn rewards engagement. So it's possible that you can even pay attention to the person's story and you try to do something with the person's carcass, but you still not get any engagement. We did that test in our last boot camp. I shared the same framework. Everybody used the same framework. Of course, then I don't know. The last batch, people were somehow under pressure. I don't know why. So people were just saying, "Ma, I don't know how to do this." Ma, I had a lot of newbies in the last session. So they literally just some people just copied and just posted. If including the person who had the highest engagement, just copied and posted. And the person had 500 comments and likes. And it was because when people came on the story, she posted very early. That was number one. So it further authenticated that it was her story. Then number two, when people saw the post and they found out that it was her first time. So if you're here and you've never posted, part of the things you might want to pay attention to is how you can ensure that you write that this is my first time doing this. Not your skills. So don't say your skills. This is your first time offering a skill. You scare everybody away. In fact, you cannot expect to get $300, $500 from telling people that this is the first time you're doing something. You already shut yourself on the foot, right? Okay, let me take this down. So you already shut yourself on the foot, right? So don't expect that from people. Okay. So but one thing is this: if it's your first post, you say it. Part of things that she did, we had also a call to action that said share if you there was a word we used, share to something. I can't remember now. We still have that framework. I'll still share it when we're going to do. I think it was on a Friday we used that. But like I said, please, it's a carcass, tweak it as much as possible so that nobody. Awesome. Okay, so I love what is already going on in the chat. Okay, so tweak it as much as possible so that it's not that everybody will just know that that was the same thing everybody used. But part of the things that I'm saying as well is there are certain principles that this Matthew Dix came up with, right? Three things that makes every post stand out, right? Three things that make every post stand out. You see on LinkedIn, if you talk about the first time, this is the first time, this is the last time I'm going to post. Just so we are talking about now essentially your hook, rehook, body, call to action. Hook, rehook. I wish I wrote it down here, but I just didn't really have much time today. So hook, rehook, body, and then also this is lovely. So I love what is going on in the comment section. Hook, rehook, hook, rehook, body, and then call to action. So your call to actions must be short. Even your hook. Sometimes some people say it shouldn't be more than eight number of words, 8 words. It shouldn't be more than 8 words. It should be super brief so that everybody just knows that okay, when they want to read, they just see it and say, wow, this is hot. And then your rehook is to further strengthen your resolve or like to my today's post. How will I oh I didn't want to be opening this. I just want to make it as fast as possible because I know that a lot of people already know a lot around content writing. But your introduction, that's your hook, should be very short. Sometimes 8 words, it can be more, right? But usually the briefer and the more hot it is, the better. Then your rehook should just explain further, like things like here's why, or let's say stop your scroll, ensure you read now, or this is the best ever you ever. So things like that. This is just me paraphrasing off mind. So your hook short, your rehook is further buttressing why people should stop to read or understand what your conversation is essentially all about. Then the body, storytelling. We've done storytelling as a community over and over again. Storytelling, you can't. That's why I've given all of us an assignment now to come up with our brand story. So storytelling has different frameworks. We might not discuss all that here. There's the past framework. There's the is it um is it ABC now? No, I can't remember now. There's the past framework. Oh yeah, all the storytelling, content writing guys in the community, please form up. You can see something. Let me see. Then there's the attention. I think they yes, either there's the either framework, and there's so many other frameworks that me I of course I'm very very voracious, so I just want to know just to know. Okay, so essentially your storytelling, pay attention to your timing, you're being able to bring people into the conversation. So if I'm reading your post, for me, because of my brand and the reason, because I represent Felix Gates more than I represent myself all the time in my posts, I am more like stayed in a little bit. What's happening to what's her name? Esther happens to me subtly because every day I have to push the events for the day. So I have to talk about things that would prepare people for the event. So somehow because of my post, yeah, so star framework, thank you so much. So I have to prepare. So most times I don't really engage in storytelling as much. I do here and there. Awesome. So thank you so much for putting that out. Okay. So part of things, I think maybe we'll have an official class with you so that you can also buttress all that. But then everything you're going to do is just ensure that whoever is, you know how you watch movies and you are literally emotionally sucked into a movie. That's how your content, that's the body of your content should have. You should be able to tell stories and people can literally be attached and they can now stay further to learn something, pick up something. So now if you don't have a brand story, it will be super hard for you to come up with to say a story effortlessly that will mean something for whatever you're trying to write for the day. Then essentially call to action, don't leave a post. I've seen people that one is worse. Every single time I'll see people's posts. What I see on their posts is when they finish, they'll say, share, repost for more reach, or follow for more. Follow for more is not bad. Repost for more reach, but more reach. You just finished teaching people about personal branding and everybody's resonating. You don't even think that there are people who need to jump on board so that you can help them on that journey. Because this is me now talking about the financial, and I'm telling you, most of the top creators make that mistake. Like I said, the goal is not to be stealthy, but if you have sat down and you've written story, share at the end of your story, you won't be able to have a conversation telling people to pay you for what, or at least give an offer. So we said it even in the last camp. Always have an offer. So even in your story, be able to say what you did for somebody, how the person was able to have, in fact, how you were able to be the deliverer. Just always picture yourself as a deliverer. Of course, there's a possibility of there are stories that might start off as bad, and there's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. There are some stories around how you were scammed. Of course, that one, it's kind of a crash and burn. Yes, that's also a pillar for some of the Matthew Dick's framework. There's a crash and burn. Those stories work very well. So when you say that was how I lost $50 million, but don't lie, if you don't look like $50 million, even me, I cannot write that. So if you've never lost $15 million, you don't have to do that. But usually those are the stories that work. How I lost a job, how I quit my 9 to 5, how I so you can see how short the hook is. But then people are very interested. They want to see so this person did not crash and burn. So he actually talked about three particular frameworks. Um, every single time you want to discuss, this is the first time I'll be doing something, this is the last time I'm going to be doing something, this is my best ever Valentine, last week was my best ever Valentine, here is why. So that's my here is why is my rehook right now. Now you know that um my first, I've always had relationship challenges. So you're already telling somebody say, so she has relationship challenges now. Wow. Let me read. What did the person do? So you can come up with a story. I mean, it was as bad as literally having to trek one day because I was left or on a date or something stranded. I'm just coming up with funny stories. Generally, God have mercy on me. I'm even grateful to God for my niche, right? But then this is me trying to tell you that you can make it in such a way that people can literally stop what they're doing and say, okay. But then towards the end of every crash and burn, you must paint a deliverance for yourself. At least that's the reason why you are on LinkedIn. That's why probably if you're somebody who eventually got married, that's why you're married right now, because you eventually won, right? Even though, so if you lost you stopped your 9 to 5, you quit your 9 to 5. That's why you're on LinkedIn now, because at the end of how I, okay, I quit my 9 to 5. I quit. Okay, what's the word now? I want to make sure that my terms are perfect. Here's how I quit my 9 to 5. Then my rehook can be worst decision ever. So that can be my rehook. Then I can talk about it. Well, it was my workplace was suddenly quite toxic. Or you can just describe toxicity. You don't have to write toxicity, because definitely your colleagues might be on LinkedIn. So your colleagues might be on LinkedIn, or your former boss might be on LinkedIn. So you might not want to just say, oh, toxic work area. You can just describe some of the experiences you had with maybe a colleague or something. The goal is not to paint everybody bad. Okay, somebody say tapping into the emotional aspect, making people feel something. Awesome, that's very true. That's awesome. Who is this King Knight XD? Please, who is this King Knight? Because he said it. Yes, that's there's pass, there's star, there's either, then there's the Matthew Dix framework. This is the Matthew Dix framework that I'm using for tonight for our conversation. So we said the crash and burn, then the homework, then when you're going to be talking about first, last, best, worst. So all those things are head turning hooks, right? So there are lots of people who say how I made my first $10,000, but down at the body of it, you are lying. Once people just start reading your body and they see that, oh, it was a dream. They'll just, but it can, if you shoot yourself on the leg super early, your post might do badly, but if you engage well, like I said, your post might still do well. But if you start that kind of thing, if you want to do that, you might want to delay the truth a bit down the post, so that a lot of people would have said saying congratulations. They would have said saying congratulations when they react. Then the people who don't read posts. So I guess it's a win-win situation. Okay. And for me, I do that a lot, but I don't do that for monetary value, like say maybe how I earned $1 million. No, I don't do that, but people do that a lot. Okay. So essentially, that we're able to discuss that. Now, there's a very easy way to build a content calendar. Like I said already, in our Infinite Gates archive, we already have a content calendar. So, but you need to have, there are certain things you need to pay attention to. Let me just quickly just um, discuss that with everyone. There are certain things you need to pay attention to when you are crafting or coming up with your content calendar. I was able to start that, and I knew that that framework really, really worked for me. Just give me a moment. I don't know. Okay, yes. So the rule is this: essentially, every single day. Yes, that's it. How do you how do you account for the ideas that come to you? How do you account for the ideas that come to you? So for me, what I do is every single minute, every time an idea comes to me. Sorry, who is King Knight? I asked the question. Who is King Knight XD? Please go ahead and speak. Let me know who that person is in the group. Please just answer me so that when I'm talking about this. So for me, what I normally do, there's a general rule that he also purported. Okay, essentially what you're going to be doing every single day is just separate 5 minutes. Just separate 5 minutes and just write any idea that comes to you. Just sit down and tell yourself at the end of the day, what were my experiences today? Okay, that's what he said. He purported, right? But for me, what I do essentially is this: I make sure that any idea that comes to me, even the Holy Ghost knows, even my husband, everybody, my children know. When once an idea is coming to me, I don't even want to talk to anybody. I just want to put it down first, because those ideas you can have one idea and you can create over 30 posts from one idea, right? There's something called repositioning of posts and all that. So one of the things you want to do for yourself is consistently document. So what he purported was that every single day at the end of the day, so when we're done with this meeting, while you're doing your assignment, you're trying to write a brand story and all that, you can just ask yourself, what in my business happened to me today? What in my family happened to me that is relevant to my business? Okay, because this is our monetization bootcamp. We don't want to be telling stories that at the end everybody's saying ha ha ha, and there's no money laughing. You're not laughing to the bank, right? So one of the things we want to do is you're going to take out 5 minutes, right, and just think and just write down a story now, like a heading, that's the word, in an introduction or the title of anything that comes to you, right? So based on what, like I said, I'm going to send all these materials to you, so you're going to see that as well. So based on all these titles that you've gotten so far, okay, so categorize all the stories. Is this a crash and burn? Is this a what do they call it now? Is it a homework life? Is this a first best worst ever? When you decide on this, because this every viral topic is literally around this, every viral topic at all. So when you're using the past, like people who are talking about the past, essentially your hook will be the problem, right? Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, okay, so good to see you. That means you missed yesterday because we didn't see you yesterday. Okay, so your hook is essentially the problem because you hear this word. I don't want peace. I want problem. So for the crash and burn is the problem. So you have to come up with something. How I lost $20,000. How I lost $1,000 last month. How I lost my job last week. God forbid. Let's not be anybody's experience, but sincerely, unfortunately, that's the kind of I don't know why the world is this. Even me recently, when I started hearing about this whole VDM thing and how people. Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It's our time zone difference. Okay, so one of the things I started noticing that is that a lot of people they like headlines, even on YouTube here. Just go around. For those people who are in the gold team, just be looking around after this event. Just go ahead and just look around and be seeing. Just research a little bit around the people who are doing what you're doing and see what are the hooks they are using. That's their on their banners and all that. You find out that most people who get to have more views are the sensational ones. That's for entertainment. But bear in mind, yes, this is me. Let me say this now because I may not remember it when we take it outrightly. Bear in mind, literally, that for YouTube, entertainment payment is low. Education has they pay more people with education. So if you're looking at somebody and you're seeing 3 million views, 15 million views on their post, it doesn't it might not you with your 1,000 views might even earn more compared to people who are on entertainment, dance and all that. Okay, so that when you're choosing your niche, don't say okay, you're choosing your niche based on virality. But once you are educating, you'll be paid more. Okay, so there's something it's called for YouTube monetization. Don't worry, when we start that topic, we'll discuss all that in depth. So exactly. So the problem. So that is your hook. Your hook describing further what is going on. Your body should tell the story. Agitation is essentially the story around it, and then of course for fast solution, that's for your past. But then I talked about these other three sets, so that generally now start paying attention to everything that's happening to you with your clients. That's how you tell stories. Okay, so last week I got a bonus, I got a raise, and you have your evidence. You snap it. If you're up at Upwork, okay, you just snap it and keep it somewhere. When you're doing your post, you edit. There's on CapCut, yes, there's an AI editing where you can actually put that your evidence in your regular picture. So you cannot just post evidence. So for the sake of people who are actually posting for the same time for the first time, because I realized that some persons in the community are posting without photo. If you post without photo, at the phase you are right now, your post will not do well. If you post without photo, your engagement will be poor, depending especially on the settings of your account. Some people set their accounts for people to see their events first. Some people set their accounts for people to see their posts first. Some people set their accounts for media first. So if you post without a photo, your post is going to do bad. So I'm sure some of you noticed it. I noticed it on the first day. Those who did their introduction without picture. How can you even reintroduce yourself and you will not use photo? Okay, so let's go back to the assignment of the day. Okay, so essentially content writing, I said again, is about content brevity. I will send you guys a content calendar, but we have already discussed how virality, how to first ever, but I still told you on LinkedIn, your virality is not essentially on your content. It's not essentially on your content. They reward engagement. they reward engagement. I'm repeating it again. LinkedIn rewards engagement. So I noticed that some people stayed a little longer today. So from Esther's post, I can say she stayed a little longer. Now there is a gift that can happen to anybody. Okay, in the sense that if at any point time t people just get interested in your post, and that means you were able to evoke a lot of emotions and people share your post, that's where you see the gift of your content doing well, not exactly just because of your engagement. So at that point, because that was what happened to that lady, she said it was her first time and everybody saw the framework and was like, wow, this is such a beautiful story, a content writer, my goodness, this. So all of them shared it. I think about 17% shared the post. So the post had nothing but to go viral. She didn't respond to it, but because other people whose profiles were active. So when an active, so it's not everybody that shares your your post that gives you the reward. An active profile, when an active profile shares your post, you have better engagement than somebody who doesn't even have any form of a very good impressions. So I also said that I was going to try that as a timetable. It's just that why I'm holding back is that we just have 21 days, and then if I'm going to get one person, at least maybe every day we can just find one person on that particular day, the person should not be busy. All of us will just go to the person's post and help share the person's post, boost the person's visibility. You see exactly what I'm talking about. So it will mean that okay, this all of a sudden this person will just keep into the 200, 300 posts, and it's because hardworking people came around the person and gave the person a push. I'll still what I'll do is that maybe I'll use the attendance of yesterday and see how we can go about it. But the problem is if we share it on the day that you're not active, it will not be good for some of us. Okay. Because me, I don't think I would want a post to stay at the top of the funnel that is doing poorly. Okay, but then that's what I'm going to attempt. It's just that we have few days and I don't want anybody to be left out. If we start and then we don't do it for everyone else, it will not be nice. Okay, so if we have any questions for the night, otherwise, I think we will stop here. We've long used our time. Please, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask so that we can. So today, essentially, we talked about our financial goals. All of us were able to write our financial goals. We said the work that is in it. So there, I used to tell the people in the masterclass that there's no peace for the wicked. Okay, so it means that there's no rest for you. You don't have time. Just all those time you're using to do home video and you're just and gossiping about a friend who something you don't have time right now. Except a seed, right, falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. So it means that you literally have to bend down. Else, at the end of this 21 days, we will just be saying, oh, but Dr. Vivian was hot. I mean, she was just giving us back to back. We were hot. Is your account hot? Okay. So I'm hoping that everybody's account will be hot by the end of this 21 days. So we're going to be taking questions now. If we cannot, if there's no question to ask, we'll just call it a day. Then there are three persons that were left out that I didn't do their where is that the backstage again? Okay, so this is the backstage. I don't know. Okay, let me see if I can share it again. The three persons can come in so that we can just, if there are no questions, we can even start right away so that I don't lose time. The three questions can come in so that we can just, I'll attend to them and then we'll just call it a night. The last course we have, the last course we have is okay. Somehow I was able to touch LinkedIn monetization, but I'll check if we have anything. Only if once we've done the assignment, if we're going to have any updates now for the remaining teams. That's for Sapphire and for Diamond. If we're going to have any further meetings, I'll let us know. It will be like a feedback meeting, a challenge meeting, a stretching meeting. But from now on, I would continue with the Sapphire group guys. Okay, the gold guys. the gold book person because we need to do our video content creation as well as our graphic design classes. Okay, so do we have any further questions? And yes, I would want to say everybody here, please have your international foreign bank accounts. Okay, try and open whether PayPal, Gray, just open, just type Gray account. Once you type it, you what did you call it? You put in your you put in your details, right? Put in your details. Oftentimes they will even create they can even create a Nigerian account for you if you want. If you don't want it to have any contact with your main account, right? They create a US Gray creates a US bank account. I think Gray has started up operating a little bit as a social media platform. They even have groups on the app and all that. I told myself that's not why I went there. So you can still have a community around that as well. So that's great. That's for PayPal. PayPal you can as well attempt at opening an account with PayPal too. And which other one? Which other one? Who here also uses an international account? Please, because you don't want when the clients come and they tell you, "Oh, yeah, send your bank details," and you're saying, "I'm coming." So we're preparing for the monies that we want to earn. And a lot of us said we want international clients, and it's time to get our international clients on board. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to already set up. So yeah, so we have three things: brand story, and then bank account. So we have BB. Okay, so someone uses Clever. Okay, so which other one did you? I just saw that Clever recently. I thought Clever is a what have mentioned. It's not a Nigerian account. Okay, so for freelancers with little or no experience, is it okay to leave out the metrics aspect? That's why I said you are here. See the people on the group. There are 37 people on this group. I said if you want to offer volunteering or you want to get a build portfolio in a short time, build for 3 at least make it short. Tell the person you can aid the person for 3 days. I can only offer you this based on pending on how you see me work, right? Pay attention to the person's before and after. Okay, so if it's a graphic design you're creating for the person, just create it within this. You just tell the person, okay, you just create one flyer for this person, one banner for this person. And once you're creating all those things, you're keeping them, you're going to build carousels around each client one by one. You even be taking your time to be posting it so that you don't wait, right? Metrics are very important. In fact, when you withhold metrics, people will start having an idea that, okay, it seems like you're actually not doing much. Okay, so it's possible. If you want to create any flyer, even for the Phoenix Gate, you can go ahead. It's just that me, I'm very, very sensitive, and me, I don't. I don't. I already have a community, somebody who designs for the community, right? I already have someone. So, but even if you decide to design, just design it. You can even send it to me. So, your part of your metrics can be you worked with a founder um, who has what's the word now? Essentially, everything we say a founder of a community of something something who hosts events weekly. I can give you that summary. I can even write a recommendation for you, but I'm just being very vulnerable now. I don't have to use it so that you will not fight. But just do see Phoenix Gate group is there. Just type Phoenix Gate group and see something and look for something you correct. Once you've done it, you can post it on your flyer on your LinkedIn profile. You can even put it on your jobs. I created a I was able to create this for the Phoenix Gate. Just do something, guys. Okay, yes, learn 5 gig pay. Yes, so please. So we have the second assignment. If you don't have it, so we said brand story and bank account. So we've also added that, right? So one of the things I would want you to put on that so that it's not I don't want it to be just straightforward, right? I would want you to write a brand statement. Okay. So when we were pushing so hard for our community, one of the things that everybody knew us for was movers and shakers. Even me now, I had to start going back on them because I want to remind myself of those days. I try to put it even in my conversations these days, even though I get super busy, but I try to put it around me because That's the goal. We want to raise people who are shaking things, who are moving things, right? So you need a brand statement, a brand story, then a brand persona. So brand persona is for your okay. So let me visit this assignment again. So brand story, brand statement, brand brand persona. So P. So we said PSS, PSS, brand story, brand persona, brand statement. So let me just write it so that it will not be like persona. So for statements, it can be if you're not yet decided, it can just be something that people will always remember you for. Okay, so persona, statement, story. Let me just write it as short. Story. Okay, so it's essentially PSS, statement story. So you're going to add it to the assignment so that it will help you. Then just know the knowledge for the positioning. Just know how you should position yourself. I might just ask anybody at random when we're going to do our in-house meeting. I might just ask anybody at random, but have these three things: brand persona, brand statement, brand story, your bank account. So just I will ask the question. Usually I'll do our check-ins in the afternoon. I'll just say, okay, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? Have you done that? Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. That's lovely. Okay, so is there any other thing? So anybody who is there any other thing? Okay, so in that kind of thing, you can say I'm happy. You can even say I'm happy to announce that I designed something for Dr. Fibiama. Anything, but just you shall when you design it, just send it to me. I'm going to see if you need any form of corrections. I'll let you know. If it doesn't, I'll even post it on my platform as well. I'll tag you. But if I'm not comfortable with it, you can just go anything you want to use. I can write a recommendation for you based on that. But we have somebody who does um, that all the time for us. But then you need to grow, you need to have people because nobody would want to work with anybody who doesn't have a portfolio or who hasn't worked with people who are actively working as well. So please, guys, we have everybody on this group. Any need you have, talk to everybody in the group and get it done with. Okay. So I have my assignment still pending. Please, from now on, please submit the assignment on the group. Submit it. I don't want to assume that you've done it. Please submit the We'll start removing people. Oh, me, I used to remove. Oh, I used to remove. If you know how many people are beefing me on this LinkedIn, even people will know that. I remove plenty people. I remove and surprisingly, it's not like I have time. But even if it's 5 minutes, I can wreak havoc. Even if it's 5 minutes in a day, that's how fast I am. So please help me, guys. Okay. So I'd want to say thank you so much for coming on board again. You know that we're here for you. That's all I can say. And I'm always excited to see you grow, to see you prosper, and to excellently well. So I'm hoping that we are going to what's the word? Implement everything we've discussed so far. I'm looking forward to see your implementations. I'm just already super excited. So I would want to say thank you so much for your time. Okay, so I've not seen anybody come into the room, so I'm going to be ending um, the stream soon if we don't have any further questions. I just want everybody to know that I love them and then I appreciate you. Thank you for being the difference we need in Phoenix Gate. So yes, this night I'm going to be curating the post for Sunday. I would ask, please, everybody help me share it. I'll just leave a placeholder. So just help me share, comment on it, right? Invite people to There's an invite button. Please invite people so that the pressure can be off my shoulders so that I can face other things. Then tomorrow we're going to be having a meeting with the volunteers. Okay, so we're going to be having a volunteer meeting. If you can't host it tomorrow, host it on Thursday. I just want to let me give you people a 1 day breather so that you people breathe. Like I said, our last what do you call it cohort, we had meetings every day. Yeah, we had meetings every day. but it was short bus everyday meetings. So, but then I want us to have a breather. So tomorrow, all I'm gonna do is check back on everybody. So all the assignments, if you use, in fact, everybody must have a newsletter. In fact, so that I don't make it. If I do it, if I'm saying if you need to, no, everybody must have a newsletter. So I've added a new assignment. Everybody. So tomorrow when I'm opening the polls, I'll put polls for newsletter tick, um, brand, company research tick. How many, how many clients were you able to reach at the end of yesterday? Tick. How many your brand persona, tick, brand statement, tick, brand story, tick. These are all the things that we're going to tick tomorrow. So please, I think Esther, just help me do all that. You can just document everything I've said now, and we will open up the polls. Even if you can open the polls today, it's fine. So that by tomorrow, we'll see how many people that would have ticked it, irrespective of anything we're doing so far. So I think I'm done for the day. So anybody that wants to come backstage, please come. But if you can't, it's still good for me. I ended up just, yes, awesome. That's lovely. Let me copy the link quickly. The problem is that some of us have left. Oh, thank you so much, Ma. I really appreciate you. So let me just copy the form to send it here. Okay, sorry, just give me a moment. If you have any questions, you can just be penning it down. Maybe let me leave an expansion joint. Okay, let me just give you, we'll do a suggestion box to you. Okay, sorry, give me a moment. I should have copied it before time. God is fighting for us, pushing up the darkness, clearing up the demon, making up the shaking. In the name of Jesus, Satan is defeated. We will shout it out, shout it out. Thank you so much, Mr. John. Okay, so please go ahead and fill the forms, the attendance form. And please, there's a place for suggestion. Please just leave your suggestion. Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, so Neddy, you promised me that your photo shoot is tomorrow. I'm waiting. I'm going to be waiting for the results. So please, I'm going to be creating the post now. I'll just leave a placeholder so that we can all just help share so that we can increase the engagements and we have people come on board. Then for the rest of the week, you can just help us. You can help me hook it in your comment section. It's still okay. So thank you so much. Volunteers, I will send a message. I think I'll send an email message on if we're going to meet. We're likely going to meet tomorrow or Thursday, likely. But I wanted our next class for the camp to be on Thursday because I don't want everybody to go and bring Gary with the information we had today. So I'm looking forward to. So please just sign. Once you've signed the attendance, I think we can leave now. I've not seen the people that missed yesterday, so I'm going to be ending the live stream. So just copy it on your browser. Maybe. And Esther, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, dear ma'am. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, Evangeline. I really appreciate you. So once you're done filling the form, we can just call it a night. I think I've not seen anybody yet. I'll just give 3 more minutes and then, because I know sometimes when the live ends, I don't know, I don't used to see comments anymore. So I don't know where the live, maybe it's my setting. That's one thing I noticed. Anytime we have a live event, I don't get to see the comments after the live event, and I don't know why. Oh, okay, you sent the link to the person. I'll check my back. I'll check my back. Okay, I've not been added to the Google. Oh, please. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. I will do that. Please, just pardon me. I will do that. If I don't do that before the end of this night, I'll do it tomorrow morning. I should do it this night. It's just that I'm already trying to curate that event so that. So, excuse me. Okay, so if once you sign the attendance, you can just leave. Once you've copied the link, you can just. Okay, so let me just end the live. So if everyone has copied, if you have signed, just write yes. Just write yes. Why? Okay, Tina, you're saying what does it? Okay, the gold one means that it involves you YouTube YouTube classes, that's video editing classes and community building. Yes, video edit. That's the difference. Video editing classes and community building. Because we'll do more practical, like on a life. I want to do like what I did in the master class, why I was encouraging people to do it. On the live events like this, we will stay. We'll just all the tips. We'll just be practicing it there, as on the live. The day we're going to do the community building, we will just be talking. Have you done your own? We've done it. We'll go to the next step. We'll go to the next step. Because I realized that a lot of persons, if you leave them to implementation, they will just my I will not get my, what do they call it? I will not get my I will not get my I won't get my results. So some of the things I'm doing here, I'm also safeguarding my brand. So I'll literally force everybody to do, like, we'll be on a life like this, saying, okay, step one, done. Step two, done. That's what we'll be doing. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna end the live now if there's no other question. Thank you so much. Good night, Shinazo. Is, like we said, if you've done all those introduction, I'm breaking people into groups of what they can serve based on the skills they have, not just based on the skills they have, what we can be doing, what they can be doing for the Phoenix kids. Like I said, I do a lot, so Lord have mercy. I'm hoping that once we set up the structure, it will be easier for me to also get more clients, more people. We'll be able to get reach people even for our hiring, to also ensure that our hiring people are getting jobs every week. We have to be looking for, because the right thing for me to do is actually to do a lead generation outreach, and most times I do it too. I do. In fact, sometimes I call my friends. So I'll tell them, and don't, this, you're doing this thing alone. You cannot. You need you need somebody. So that's what I've been leveraging on so far. Okay. And then almost all those persons have gotten jobs with those people. So now I just need to up my game. So I've used up my first connection. I need to do second, third degree. So those kinds of things require system if we need to consistently have people build. Okay, so I'm going to end the live. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I love you all. So it's going to be ending in four, three, two, one, and voila.